So this year, I turned 38, and if you're over 30, trying to get lean and build muscle, this is for you. After 15 years of training, cutting, bulking, staying lean year after year, these are 38 lessons I wish I knew sooner. Now, starting with number 1, your metabolism isn't as broken as you think. It didn't suddenly slow down just because you hit 30. I have a faster metabolism now at 38 than I had at 23, right after graduating college and working as a software developer. It's because I have a more active lifestyle and I've built muscle. The truth is, our metabolism doesn't really slow down all that much until after 60. The real issue is that people lose muscle, they're less active, and they eat way too much processed food. Number 2, your 30s are when you really start to notice the negative impact of bad habits. In your 20s, you can get away with a lot, and it won't show, but years of unhealthy habits and neglecting your fitness does eventually catch up with you. Most dad bods are created between 30 and 40. And if you're in your 30s watching this, now is the time to make changes because the habits you build will carry into your 40s and 50s. Number 3, the way people get in shape in their 20s usually doesn't work as they get older. In your 20s, you could spend 2 hours in the gym, 6 days a week, do sports on the side, eat plain chicken and broccoli, and recover just fine from multiple nights out. But once you hit your 30s and have competing responsibilities with family, kids, and career, you don't have the same amount of time and mental bandwidth to keep up with an extreme fitness routine. You have to work smarter, not just harder. Number 4, drinking alcohol is not worth it. In my 20s, I could drink 3 nights in a row and still be fine. Now, at 38, one big night of drinking like that would take me 4 or 5 days to recover and get back to normal. Drinking a lot is one of those habits that should be left behind. The cost is just too high. Number 5, you can't be 1 foot in, 1 foot out with your routine and expect results. I see a lot of guys training hard and paying attention to what they eat on the weekdays, and then they go free for all on the weekends and destroy all the progress. And I get it, you work hard during the week and you want to relax a bit, but if you overdo it, you will be spinning your wheels. Number 6, eating healthy does not automatically guarantee fat loss. I met hundreds of guys who swear they're eating healthy and can't get under 25% body fat. And the truth is, fat loss always comes down to calories in versus calories out. Just because your diet is considered healthy doesn't mean you're creating a calorie deficit. Which brings me to 7. You don't need to track your calories for the rest of your life, but tracking your calories and macros for 30 days is the best way to learn how your metabolism works and how much you really need to eat. 8. If you can't see yourself doing it for years, then it's probably not worth doing. Maybe in your 20s you can get away with a 1200 calorie crash diet and get yourself back in shape in a month, but in your 30s and beyond, with so much going on, that approach will just burn you out. You'll lose muscle, end up regaining the fat, and be in a worse place than you started. 9. Stop trying to outrun your diet. It can take an hour to burn 500 calories and less than 5 minutes to eat 500 calories. The math doesn't add up. 10. If you want results, you need to eat like an adult, meaning 90% of your meals are fuel and 10% of your meals are entertainment. I understand when my 2-year-old doesn't want to eat her veggies and protein, but if you're a grown adult, there are no more excuses. 11. Become best friends with protein. Most people don't eat enough. You need 0.8 to 1 gram per pound of your ideal weight in protein. I get around 170 to 180 grams of protein a day. 12. 1 giant salad a day keeps the doctor away. This is one of the easiest ways to ensure that you're eating enough fiber so you have better digestion, higher energy, and will keep you full so you'll make fewer bad choices. 13. Eating out costs more than you think. Restaurants want to make the food as tasty as possible. Their goal is not to get you lean. With all the oils and sauces, meals will often be double the calories than the same ones made at home. Keep that in mind when you estimate what you ate. 14. Learning the basics of cooking goes a long way. Even if you only know how to make 4 to 5 high-protein meals that taste good, it will make fat loss 10 times easier. Most guys I know who are in amazing shape have a very simple diet and eat similar meals every day. Number 15. Be careful with using food for managing your emotions. Stress eating can take the edge off for a few minutes, but the truth is you're just adding more problems. You have the original causative stress, and now you have the additional problem of gaining more body fat. Number 16, what isn't measured isn't managed. Most people realize they're out of shape far too late when it's a lot more difficult to fix. And there are many warning signs along the way. If you're above 30, you should be tracking and paying attention to most, if not all of these: your weight, your waist, sleep, step count, strength in the gym, and doing regular blood work. 17, waist to height ratio is one of the quickest ways to predict your health and lifespan. You want to keep your waist under half your height. If you're 5'10", 178 centimeters like me, that would mean that your waist should be under 35 inches or under 89 centimeters. 18, having a high step count is the most underrated habit for optimizing health and improving life quality. You want a minimum of 7,000 steps a day, and the health benefits extend all the way up to 15,000 steps a day. 19, walking is more than just burning calories. Whenever I feel mentally stuck and when I get more creative, I go for a walk. It clears my head, lowers stress, and always makes me feel better. 20, every hour of missed sleep is a debt your body will repay in fatigue and more hunger. If you never tracked it, you're probably getting less quality sleep than you think. And I understand, we all need me time and we all got stuff to do, but don't sacrifice your sleep. Whatever you could do very late at night, you could do better in the morning after a good night of sleep. 21, progressive overload is the secret to developing a great physique. Instead of chasing exhaustion, track your workouts and chase progress. That's what separates those 5-10% of guys in the gym who look like they lift from the rest. 22, building muscle is the best insurance for your long-term health. Age-related muscle loss, also known as sarcopenia, is a major problem as we get older. If you do a good job with building muscle and hitting the like button, you'll be able to offset the decline. This will be the difference between being able to take care of yourself in your 70s versus becoming a burden to others for basic life needs. 23, learn the risk to reward ratio with exercises. If you're not planning to be a powerlifter, there's very little reason to do heavy deadlifts. I've personally been exclusively doing Romanian deadlifts for the last 8 years. The same goes for heavy overhead pressing or barbell squatting. There are no must-do exercises when it comes to building muscle. 24, pushing through joint and connective tissue pain is never worth it. If it hurts, deload, go see a physio, and don't let things get worse. Staying injury-free is a much higher priority than the little ego boost you get from maxing out on weight. 25, don't let yourself get distracted by gimmicks on social media. Time-tested fundamentals are going to be responsible for 90% of your results, and a master is someone who never stopped doing the fundamentals. 26, you probably don't need to build as much muscle as you think. From my experience, the first 15 to 20 pounds of muscle you gain provide the biggest visual and health benefit. 27, spend the least amount of time in a calorie deficit as you need to. Fat loss is simply revealing the physique you have. If you lose weight and realize you don't have much muscle, commit to a lean bulk and learn how to build muscle without putting on a lot of body fat. 28, getting a pump in the gym is like a little time machine. If you stay consistent, that's how your physique will look in the future at rest. 29, cardio is overrated for fat loss and underrated for health. Your heart is a muscle and arguably the most important muscle to train, and even just 2 to 3 sessions per week of 30 to 40 minutes of cardio at 65 to 70% of max heart rate will make a huge difference. 30, long-term consistency always beats short-term intensity. 3 quality sessions a week done for years will beat a perfect 6-day split done for 3 months. 31, if nobody thinks you're doing too much, you're probably not doing enough. When you decide to prioritize your fitness, there will be some people in your life that will call you obsessed. Take it as a good sign. 32, on that same note, some people don't want you to succeed just because they couldn't. Do yourself a favor and don't listen to people who are not qualified to talk about your goals and who don't live the kind of life you want to live. 33, most people overestimate the value of information. If it was just about more information, everyone would be benching 3 plates and walking around with a 6-pack. 34, your results depend on what you do on your bad days. It's easy to stick with it when you're motivated and everything is going well, but real progress happens when you prevent a very bad day from turning into an entire week off track. 35. The only thing standing between you and your goals is cheap dopamine. Huge progress in the long run is the accumulation of little instances of delayed gratification. It's sacrificing the little pleasures that don't really matter all that much so you can have big rewards later that do matter. As the quote goes, if you don't sacrifice what you want becomes a sacrifice. 36. You can either have consistency or perfection. You can never have both. 37. When it's hard to even imagine yourself being out of shape, eating unhealthy, skipping workouts, that's when you know you've nailed it. That's when fitness is no longer something you do, it's who you are. 38. The only shortcut that actually works is learning from people ahead of you. If you've been trying to do this all by yourself for years and it's not working, insanity is doing the same thing and expecting different results. Get someone to guide you through the process and hold you accountable. And if you want me to be that person, the link for coaching is in the description. And if you enjoy these lessons, you'll love this next video where I break down what it really takes to build an aesthetic physique, so check that out and I'll see you there.